Hello everyone and welcome to PSGL F122 PS Season 33. We're here for F7 in Hungary for round 9 of the championship. The real question is who's coming out on top today. My name is Zeus. I should hopefully be joined alongside Omi after he is done on F6, I'm pretty sure. So shouldn't be too long until they are done. But anyway, just so for now until the end of qualifying or so. But the first one out on a lap, it is J.R. Nord, who is currently sitting in P2 by VRT Noel, who has now been given a full-time seat in that Alpine alongside Mike. Rudy is back in the session, the winner from China, I might add. He is not full-time in the Haas, he's still reserve, but Isa was unfortunately kicked out of that Alpine seat due to lack of attendance. Don't think he's been here since, if I can check on the standings, he has not been here since France. So that maybe would make some sense. But since Noel was the highest in the championship as a reserve, he was given that spot. And anyway, it's VRT Mike leading the way with 66 points to Nor on 50. Daniel is on 45. Luno, who is not here today, on 42. Fusion Gold on 37. Compra on 36, as well as his teammate and Tego. They're both, all three of them, are on 36. Then it is Xenon on 33. It is Max on 32. And that'll wind out your top 10. The constructor standings, it is AlphaTauri on top of the moment, 86 points. Then it's Ferrari with 72, Alpine with 68, Mercedes with 65, Red Bull 62, Aston Martin with 56, Alfa Romeo 43, Williams 27, Haas 13, and then only 11 for McLaren. As I was talking though, the two AlphaTauri boys have gone to the top of qualifying. Alfa Romeo. It's Aston Martin spun round on the exit of turn 4. I am quickly pulling up your track stats for round here as well. 4.381 kilometers, 2.738 miles, as we have 35 laps to come around here tonight. One of, you would say a longer Grand Prix, but it's not even a longer Grand Prix. It's just one of the most difficult overtaking tracks on a calendar due to lack of top speed or high speed sections, I would say. As the reserve, first time out for him via the pool, sitting on a 16.7 for his first lap. I'm just going to get someone else quickly. I think Daniel's on a lap. Agent running wide, he's going to have to back off on that lap as he has just set purple sector 2. But anyway, the rest of your stats, 14 corners, 6 to the left and 8 to the right, with your track lap record being held by Lewis Hamilton in a 16.627, reaching average speeds of only a 205.8 kilometers an hour. For C4 through to C2 tyre compounds, and then pit loss time of around almost 20 seconds, 19.5. So that's something you need to watch out for when in the race. I don't think anyone has a qualifying ban to serve, but Daniel is top the session for 15.625. Just gonna see if I can get on board with his teammate quickly as he heads towards turn 12, the right-hander, and then towards, it's a sort of hairpin-like corner. But then again, you had Max Verstappen spinning here last year, starting in P10, still went on to win though. And he goes into P7 for his first lap, sitting at just over 3.5 tenths off his teammate. Home field separated by just over 1.1 seconds, 1.15 if you want to be exact though. Our agent is on an in lap as well as Joe's. I think Bram also one of the reserves. The only people who are not here today, I would tell you in a sec, as we just see Bram spinning on the exit of turn 5. But the drivers who are not here today, Max, Luno, Thurs and Georgios. Unfortunately, we don't know if Thurs will be back here for the rest of the season due to a broken foot apparently. So that's not something you want to be seeing here, but it is times like that when it happens. But then the reserves that we have in is Bram for Max, Rudy for Thurs, as we've just seen, getting a snap oversteer on the exit of turn 1. It is Pearl for Luno, and then it is Thomas for Georgios in that Alfa Romeo. He's kind of on the mediums, not an approach you would want to take, but considering the softs can not only wear out quickly but have a very high inner temperature, might be the best option. Rudy has invalidated his lap. I would go on board with him in Ferraris, but it's also an out lap as Thomas. We'll go on board with him for a bit. He's on the medium, so we're not expecting the greatest of lap times. We're heading through turn 6 and 7 now. I think it is the only chicane. Yeah, it is the only real chicane here in the circuit. Heading through turn 11 now, end of sector 2 is a 55.207, braking just at the start of that entry curb for turn 12, back on the power, braking at the midpoint on that right hand side and back on the power, almost spinning it, but he held on to it very well and up to the line with DRS open, one of 2 DRS zones. It is going to be a 17.36, but we weren't expecting high things. I think that might have been Nord. It was going into P2, 6 thousandths off provisional pole as it stands while drivers are improving. That is Nathan going into P16. I think it's going to be not Thomas, it's going to be the other Alfa Romeo. That'll be Fusion Gold into P3 while Tigo just takes it off him again. Pretty sure it's an Alpine coming round. It is Mike, but he was down in his time and he pulls into the pit lane. Then I think it's going to be Xenon. Running off his out lap actually. So he's going to be starting a lap now. I think it's Compra, 2.5 tenths up, 2.6 up in the second sector, winding through turn 13 and in towards 14. You need to get a good exit and up to the line for him. Where does he go? He goes in the P4 with a 2.5 tenth improvement. Where does his teammate go? We'll find out soon. Well, I think that would be a McLaren running off his lap. It's VIR Oliola. He was 23 thousandths down in the middle sector, but could he gain any more time? He can. 1.8 tenths of a second, and I think Tronsa pulled into the pit lane on that lap. It's not Curtis Joes, it's Owesi. No, it's not even Owesi. Who is next? It will be Curtis Joes, but I think this is an out lap. It is. Owesi was invalid on that lap. I think it was an out lap as well. It was. So, kind of spoiling the fun. But as the season, we had 2 VRT teammates of Nord and Tigo, as All Your Love has retired in the session. That is down at turn 5. I'm wondering if we can maybe get an onboard POV of where he's gone wrong through the corner before the car disappears. Seems like it's just snapped on the exit of turn 4 and he's hit the barrier. Not what we really want, but as I was saying, the 2 BRT teammates had been Nord and Tigo, but Nord has gone to Juventus, winning that. Could have been a pairing of 2 JR boys, but then Mike went to VRT, who is now alongside Noel, who's being promoted up to a full-time seat, as he's 77 thousandths up in the first sector. Through the second sector, he's 3.8 tenths up. I think he may have won a little bit wide and it didn't validate, so he might have to back off in this lap. But heading through turn 13, back in the power, nice and easy, and winding through turn 14 in 4th gear. He goes into P3 with a 2.5 tenth improvement. Can anyone else beat those laps so far? There is a yellow flag throughout turn 6 and turn 7. I think that's just people going slow on either in laps or out laps. But Rudy, I think he's on a lap heading through turn 12 now. Is Bram on one? No, it's not even Bram, it's Xenon. He's down, so I'll go back to Rudy. Also known as Server Flare for anyone who has seen him before. But up to line, it is going to be straight up into the top 10. 15.869. Will anyone drop him back out on this lap? Joe's is 5 tenths off at the moment. He's 3 seconds off. So that's not going to be a proper lap. Can I get on board with Thomas quickly? No, I cannot because he's just starting his lap. I think it is to go. Starting another lap. There was a McLaren winding through. That would be Mustache. I don't know if he improved or not. I think that might have been out lap. But Brahma's in. Yes, it is. I think there's also a car behind him, which would be. I'm not even sure if my game crashes.